What's going on, guys? And welcome back to the weekly recap. This is the week 14 edition, last episode of the regular season, and it's late from your boy. Please bear with me. Pretty busy yesterday, getting this done on a Thursday morning. So, again, bear with. Top six is as follows. Again, no guests today because it's late and it's on me. So, yeah. Top six is as follows. I'm pretty sure this is just whatever the season ended at for seedings. So top six is just whatever the top six seeds are, whoever the playoff teams. And they are as follows. Number one, Finn. Number two, Ray, getting the 2 seed. Number three has got to be Josh. Yep. I'm seeing number 4 is Phil. Number 5 is Austin. And 6, a final playoff team, Greg. Hiccups. Yeah, overall, dog shit, top 6. And I'll go over how we get there. And then we have to start with this game. So there's a few angles that we could take when recapping this matchup right here. One, I had 2 lines go on Thursday that I know each, if I questioning the start, get me the win kind of comfortably. But, I chicken out on those. After I miss the window to start Goff, I still have the idea to start maybe Jacoby over Hurts because, Chargers is a good defense, but they kept saying reports on Herbert being hurt. He didn't look that good last week being hurt or the week prior. So I was like, okay, man, Trey Lance also horrible. This could be good for the boys. It was not good for the boys. Now, when it comes to the defense kicker, man, Dicker's the only one who showed up in the clutch game. Kicker 3 in the year, but kicker number 1 in my heart. 11.4 average. The guy was an absolute stud all year. Pretty sure I drafted him, never dropped. Yeah, I never do that with kickers either. Cameron Dicker just won me over this season. Great performance from the Dick man. But no one else really shows up. Justin Jefferson decides to have. It's getting worse now. I know it's the 2.1, but it's in a 31-point blowout. Why do you think about playing Justin Jefferson there? It's because Washington's defense is literally like notoriously bad. It was so bad, and it was proven to be that bad, but so bad they didn't need to pass the ball. So, mistake there. George Pickens hits what feels like a floor in the season. It's got to be top 2 worst. Nico gives us some life. Judkins and Henry get their work off just straight up production. But let's be honest, guys. Let's talk about the tail of the tape. It comes down to Monday night where I need Jalen Hurts and Cameron Dicker to score 26 points. Or like 25 and some change. You can see the total here is 24.8. I lose by 1 exactly. Well, that's because Cameron Dicker gives us an opportunity, hits a kick late to get us in overtime. Jalen Hurts garners some yards to get me the lead. I'm up by 1 point exactly. But then he breaks all of our hearts. Just my heart, and throws that 4th and 5th final turnover of the game. And yeah, I mean, we could bring up how he turned the ball over twice in one play. First time that's ever happened. It gets comical with how bad things went. This has actually happened to me before. I needed a must-win in game to make the playoffs in week 14 versus Phil years ago. And that went on to being one of the high-scoring benches of all time, where I had to win in many other fields and blew it horribly in my starts. So week 14 is not look good for your boy. It's not going to look good going forward. Like when you look at the weekly rankings, I was excited. I thought I'd possibly make playoffs. It would make me the most appearances in league history, 8 out of 11 years. But nope. I still have most playoff wins. 2 chips, but this one hurt because I really didn't feel like the team was bad. I mean, Finn's win comes only in the form of the Vikings defense and Jackson Smith and Jigba. We get the putrid Mahomes game. Jonathan Taylor finally coming down to earth. But he gets like substantial points from some of these role players, like Khalil Shakir getting 8.6, Jaden Reed getting 7.3. They're not backbreaking performances. Aaron Jones getting 7.6. Did he have anyone on the bench? Vidal, I don't think you start him with. Maybe you do. Hampton didn't play, but overall, I mean, I had the win on the bench too. It's backbreaking. It ends my season, and it's really depressing, man, because I really didn't feel like I had a bad season. Third high score on the year. Felt good, but it's how the cookie crumbles. Finn looks like the team of destiny right now. He gets a win with his worst performance on the year, his first and only under 100-point performance. So, yeah, it seems like everything's going his way. Gets the 1 seed, gets the bye. Probably the person you didn't want to see it get the bye. So tough one, but good win for Finn. Good luck into the playoffs. Next matchup, Devin and Greg. Now, if I lose, I need Greg to lose to Devin, and Devin fucked up on that royally. I mean, this one it just comes in the form of like Tony Pollard in a desperation start. Had been losing his job to Tajay Spears in weeks prior. Gets this huge blowout game against like the Cleveland Browns defense, which is a solid unit. Um, he starts Kenneth Gainwell, which has been kind of risky. It feels like these last few weeks. Apparently not. It's a great start. A-Chain is not his best performer on the week. It's returning T. Higgins, who does really well. Michael Pittman, 12.4. Jordan Love, where weeks where he's been up and down, has a great week versus the Chicago defense. Yeah, I mean, it's just Greg gets kind of like his ceiling like performance. I don't really think we've seen this from Greg that often this season. So it's one of those things to where what can you do? I also think you can score more than 77.7. Emmanuel Ibuka, Tyler Warren, Rasheed Rice floor game, Kenneth Walker floor game. It's just too much bad going on. We had two bad buys that had to be factored in. Makes us start someone like Luther Burden, but guess what? He does better than Emeka Ibuka and Rasheed Rice combined. So is it like it's just how the cookie crumbles, man. I mean, the only reason Woody Marks gets a start here is because Trevion goes down, and Woody Marks is his best skill position player. So it's just like it's just interesting, man. Fantasy is a sick game sometimes. And Devin, yeah, he had a tumultuous season. It ends exactly how the season went in general. Interesting trades. His good draft kept him in it, but it's not enough to make the offs. Greg squeaks in. I can't believe he did. And, I'm not going to lie, not trying to hate, but I think he's going to be one of the early exits. I don't know if you start Tony Pollard every week, you're going to get 28.1. Kenneth Walker, or Kenneth Gainwell, not Walker. Kenneth Walker putting 3.3 is a real backbreaker. But yeah, I mean, great win for Greg. Clutches up at the end, gets himself into the playoffs. It was kind of unlikely, too, if you looked at probability. But tough loss for Devin. You'll get him next year, bud. A matchup that really didn't matter too much is Phil versus Vinny. To just recap it kind of quickly, Christian Watson has another blow up week. Christian Watson ends up being one of the pieces of the trade that just might win him that trade he made with me. He doesn't have Kittle on the bye week, but then Harold Fanning gets 21.4. Phil is now catching steam. His team has always looked good, but not great points for. And now we're getting like good AJ Brown performances. We're getting like a bad Devontae Adams game, but we're picking him up in other areas. That's big. Vinny's loss. There's nothing really to say about it. He has all these buys. Nothing really on the bench going for him. Yeah, it's just the end of the season. Vinny's most putrid season in Dazed and Confused history. So, as a brother, not gonna lie, I do like to see that Vinny's win percentage is still like fairly high. I want to see that go down a lot more. Good win for Phil. Phil getting heavy momentum going into this playoffs. And yeah, let's see how that continues going forward. Taylor's oldest time. Mark destroys Austin. Now, I want to know the inner workings of this rivalry or if there is even one because this one was not even close. I feel like none of these matchups tend to be really close. We get the Michael Wilson 31 bomb. This man, without Marvin Harrison, just looks like Jerry Rice. It's so funny. Jahmyr Gibbs proving why Devin lost that trade every week. Bucky Irving having another blow up week in his return. He starts JJ and gets a 22 piece. It's funny how that works. Kyron 16. Yeah, I mean Austin loses, still gets into the playoffs with this loss, but I mean, like, look at this team. Like McLaurin and Chase have been a little disappointing all year. Harvey's breaking out, but Brees is slowing down. Alec Pierce is like keeping him a little above water in the flex, but I mean Austin has weird decisions to make every week. Mark Andrews at 1.4, man. Do we just drop him? I think he did. It's ugly, man. But he gets in playoffs. This is what I'm saying, man. My team's better than this. Damn it. Mark wins. Congrats on the win. Doesn't get into the playoffs. Austin somehow remains in the playoffs. Fantasy, again, a 6 joke. Josh Allen 40 bomb and he loses by fucking like 61. Oh my fuck. That might be the highest deficit this year. Maybe not. There's been some big weeks. Anyways, moving on. I have Ray Smith and Mateo. Now, I was saying Ray's falling off a little. But what keeps Mateo in this, or what keeps Ray in this is London misses the game. Rico Dowdle bye. We have some questionable starts in here. But then they don't even look that bad. The two people you probably would have started anyway, Olave and Devonta Smith, are the ones that do bad. Hampton gets 13.7 on the game bag. That's good. But, you know, Ray gets a good Lamar week finally. Chase Brown, Javonte Williams, Jacoby Myers, Texans defense, Don Kincaid at 12.1. It's just an overall great performance from Ray this week. He's telling us not to doubt him. And, you know, after a performance like this, to seal his bye, hey, a bye is a big advantage. So, yeah, Ray's in pretty. And, you know, as long as you get in, you're in. And with this a significant advantage, you can't not think, I mean, Ray's in there. He's a guaranteed Final Four team. It's interesting. You know, Bijan had 8.4 against Seattle D, but we're able to withstand it. Yeah, tough loss for Mateo. One of his not so good seasons, but again, high points against. Not all his fault, but also the team didn't have too much fight like I've seen his teams have in years past. So tough loss, 30-point loss. But you know, Ray getting heavy momentum going into the fantasy playoffs. See how that ends up. Last but not least, I have Josh and Brian. Josh wins, but it's not enough to get him the 1 seed since Finn already won. The heavy metal start of starting Shedeur Sanders getting 37.1 is fire. I think the quarterback starts just might even be the difference here. It's funny how that works. But to overall look at the performances, Puka Nacua finally has that big boy performance like we've been waiting for since his comeback from injury. DJ Moore has been a waste of space for Brian, even though he has great starts from the defense career. He's had them all year. It's been his skill positions that upset him, that disappoint him. Jaden Daniels has been the pick that he likes to announce as disappointing them the most. But, you know, I think there's a few picks in here, like never dropping Joe Mixon. He never came. I told you this would happen at the draft. Yeah, it's just Amon-Ra, the surprise play doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't get him a win or anything, but you know, it's just funny, man. Tough loss for Brian again, like defending champ right here. And yeah, he's out of it too. A lot of big names already out of the group. already out of the playoffs. So once Austin is eliminated, which I predict him to get eliminated, we are guaranteed a new champion. So I do enjoy that. I do enjoy parity. The edge count is ended, fellas. And as a total, we predicted one more correct game. This year we are 50 and 34. Last year we are 49 and 35. So we know even more ball, but I'll even be more honest. The guests this year, I had a guess 10 of the 14 weekly recaps I had. And they go 24 and 16. Actually, know a little more ball. 0.5% points better. Wow. I mean, hey, glad to see that not just I know ball, the team knows ball, the squad knows ball. But that's it for the edge count. Not really giving edges. Well, I am giving edges, but not really like tracking edges going into playoffs. It's not that important. But guys, we only have 2 matchups to recap here. Everyone else's consolation. We have 2 buys. I only have 2 games. So we're looking at a quicker episode. Now, Austin versus Phil is round 1 of the playoffs. Week 2 was their last matchup where this was a dud week. These guys stunk. Oh, shit. While that's reloading, let's look at their head-to-heads. Now, Austin, who gets dominated by Mark, actually dominates Phil. I think that this is, yes, Phil is his best head-to-head overall. Phil's going to want to break that, obviously. But will it be this week? Now, Austin is projected higher than I thought. I said that last week, though, and Austin put up a dud. I think it still just doesn't compete with what Phil's got going on right now. He has enough depth to bench people like Joe Burrow, Zay Flowers. I see Drake May here on the bench. Roma Dunze, Harold Fannin. Yeah, this man Phil is deep. He's got some real heavy hitters here. While we're still looking at Austin starting a combination of Jaden Higgins. He's given up on Breece Hall. Charbonnet is in the lineup. This is, oh no. I mean, I'm just gonna give the edge to Phil. I'm not gonna waste too much time here. But yeah. You know, McLaurin's playing the Giants. Josh Allen's playing New England. We're starting Charbonnet, Jaden Higgins. I don't know, man. I just think Phil's got too much going on here. He's got really good weapons here on the bench too. 3 insane quarterbacks. It's got to be a hard decision to make every week, but you know, I give it to Phil. I think Phil rights a ship, gets a revenge on a playoff win that Austin has over him. Apparently, by the way, their playoff win, another fucking snooze fest. James White, that's funny. Eric Ebron, Michael Thomas, Kenyon Drake, Drew Brees on Phil's playoff team. Yeah, I think Phil rights a ship there. And last playoff matchup of the week, we have Greg versus Josh. Now, this one, completely down the middle. It once went Greg's way, and now once went Josh's way, went Greg's way, and it's now gone back to the middle. Josh has leveled it up earlier with the matchup this season, where he won by 50 plus. No, not 50 plus, 40 plus, and he's heavily projected to be the favorite. Any injuries, Laporta, Kyler, anyone on the bench, just not really good, people. 20-point projection difference, Puka against Detroit. I mean, yeah, guys, I hate to be like this, but that's it. I think Josh is going to get through here. So I think Austin and Greg would be eliminated. Let's go see what the playoff bracket has for us, because let's see who would play who after this. It looks like the winner, who I think will be Phil, of Austin Phil, plays Finn, and the winner of Josh Greg plays Ray. Wow, Finn kind of has like a. Actually, next round is going to be a juggernaut matchup. I think Josh might have the easiest schedule going into it, but nonetheless, anything can happen once you're finally into the playoffs. But fellas, that's all I have. We don't really need to make a top 12 ranking anymore because people are out. We're in the playoffs here, so yeah, that's it. We're looking at a 20-minute video. Devin did a full week in 20 minutes. I can only do a playoff matchup in 20 minutes. But thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all for always tuning in. It sucks that I'm out, but I'll never stop doing these things just because I'm out. It's always fun to just keep everyone engaged throughout the season, even in playoffs when you're not in there. So keeping it together, even though it's been kind of depressing with my team going out the way it did. But appreciate y'all for watching again, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace.